Hey, this is Wayne. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something else, something that I think is pretty important. We think that retirement's about quitting jobs, ending that job, and ending all this, and ending all the things we're doing, having to do. But I finally think I understand more of what retirement's about. Let me explain. You spend most of your life chasing that end of retirement, chasing the end of working, end of punching a time clock, and all these things, just to find out that at the end, when you do retire, you don't know what to do with yourself. Today, I want to answer that question. We spend decades chasing retirement, house payments, car payments, working for 40 plus years, raising kids, doing all the things, that responsible adults do to prepare themselves and their children for a better life, right? That's what we do. And then we look forward to the end of all that, when our kids are gone and out of college, have their own lives, when we can retire and leave the job that we work so hard for. Our cars are paid for, our homes are paid for. That's what we're looking forward to the end of. As I said in the video yesterday, the last video, we got to look forward to something now, though, right? And so that's what I want to talk more about today, is understanding what we can do, what retirement is really about, and how we can use that to our benefit to enjoy retirement more. Most retirees or future retirees, they think that being retired means sleeping in, no alarm clock, being lazy, laying around, watching TV, doing nothing. And they think that everything is going to be hunky-dory, no worries, no stress. But that's farthest thing from the truth. But I'm not here to discourage you today. I'm here to give you hope. So that's what the rest of this video is about, is hope. But it's more than just those things. What do you plan to do once you retire? What can you do? If you've got plenty of money, some people do. They got money, don't have to worry about retirement, and that's great. And some people still have to worry about money a little bit, but we're not talking about the financial side again today. We're talking about the human being side of it, okay? So retirement really is about freedom. It's about you now have freedom to do exactly what you want to do. You can wake up anytime you want to, late or early. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a clock. Wake up when you want to. You can travel whenever you want to. You don't have to plan your vacations. You don't have to wait till a certain time of year to go on vacation and try to schedule that with your work. You can just take your vacations whenever you want now. That's great. You can go visit your family. Maybe they live in another state, another city, another county. You can go visit them now. And we even got family that lives halfway around the world. You can go see them now, anytime you want to. It's convenient for you, right? You don't have to wait till certain points in your life to go. If you've got enough vacation time saved up, you don't got to worry about that no more. So that it's really about freedom. You can spend your time helping people. We discussed yesterday. Help your neighbors. Help each other out. I've already had a negative comment on my channel yesterday just because the guy didn't like that I was telling people you can retire at 62 and don't matter if you got a lot of money, you can make it work if your house is paid for. But he saw it otherwise, and that's okay. Don't let people be negative to you. Go help people out. Be a helper. Spend your time. If you don't have family or nowhere to go today, maybe go to your local church. Maybe just go out in public and talk with people, meet people. I know some people are in this world today. Some people can be quite hard to handle and quite hard to digest, but not everybody. I just had a guy a while ago who was really nice to me, and that's the way the world works, Some are good, some aren't. And that's what you find the good ones, spend time with them. And as I said yesterday, you can work on projects. Like some people like woodworking, crafts, whatever you want to do, spend that time that day doing that. And I'm going to walk you through one of my days, just a normal day when I get back home from vacation. I'm on vacation right now, if you noticed. And I'm going to walk you through the entire day. Now, obviously, it's not going to be a long video. I'll have to cut parts out. But, I'll give you an idea of what I do every day. You can take a walk in the woods if you have woods. If you don't have woods, go find your nearest little woods that you can take a hike in and just walk through the woods. You can't walk up hills and find something flat. Just take a walk. Walk in nature will do so much for you. And you can walk down through the city streets and that too, but getting out in nature and walking, it's different. It will reset you and it'll really help you. And then there's another thing I like to do. I like to sometimes, and I do this in nature too, is I'll just sit quietly alone in the woods and I just think about things. I think about my life, how I could be better as a person, how I could help others better, and the mistakes I've made in my life. So I can tell my family and other people what not to do, mistakes to avoid. So that's another big one I love to do is I just like to sit around quietly and just think about things. For instance, it's not, this vacation I'm on right now, it's not about the swimming pool, the beach, the good food, the sights we're seeing, the things we're doing. You know what it's about? It's about making moments, memories with those I interact with, those that come with me. And that goes farther than anything else will ever go in your life and those around you. Make moments. My next point I'd like to talk about is money. And when you get to this age, you're 62 and older, and you're retired or you're about to retire, you will soon realize. That's what I was talking about yesterday. That guy was in a negative about. He was all about money yesterday on my comments. And I'm thinking, dude, you don't have no idea what life's really about. Time is so much more important than money. The time you have left, the time you have to spend with people, to enjoy yourself finally, and to be a joy to others, right? That's what becomes more important, way more important than money. I remember, and you'll relate to this, I remember growing up, I couldn't wait to get a job. I started working, I went to school, obviously, and I got 3 different degrees. That's what the other guy didn't know about me. I've got 3 different college degrees. I could probably do about anything, and I'm not bragging, I'm just saying, I traded my time for money, career, education. And I lost a lot of years, a lot of time with family, friends, and neighbors. I lost a lot of time because I traded my time for money. And so as I got older, I realized that, and especially now, time is more valuable than money. What would you do if the world run on time? I saw a movie once and I love this concept. You could buy each other's life. You could buy, in this movie, you could go and buy 5 years off somebody, right? And they had from birth they implanted something in you, or everybody had the same time, and maybe 40 years or something. I don't remember how much it was, but everybody had the same time. But in that movie, if you wanted more time, you could go up to a stranger and say, "Hey, I'll give you $100,000 for 5 years of your life," and you would do. So that's what I'm talking about. How much money would you give to have some of your time back? You would get about anything you had to get some of your years back, wouldn't you? And that's what I'm talking about. Time is way more important than money. When we were younger, we didn't realize that. But that is the truth. And you'll find that out as you get older. So now, knowing that time is more important, then you should realize my next talking point. The next talking point is that relationships matter more than money. They're what matter most in your retirement. Relationship with your spouse, if your spouse is still with you, because someday one of you will be gone. And you'll spend the rest of your life wishing and praying that you had more time with them. Treat each other kindly. Spend more time with your spouse, your children even. It's easy for children to get estranged from us older people today because they don't resonate with the way we are. How we grew up, they don't resonate with it. The world is taught them something totally different. And so we kind of get, nobody did anything wrong, we just don't talk for weeks. Or we don't talk for a month. We need to spend more time with our children, as much as they will let us, right? And along with the children go their children, our grandchildren. We need to spend more time with them, be better than we were in our 30s and 40s. We want to do more. We want to spend more time with them. Also, our friends. Make more time for your friends. I've lost so many friends over the years, and it wasn't because I didn't like them or because we did anything wrong toward each other. It's just simply that we lost touch because we didn't find time for each other. Remember, we're too busy with our schedules, working and raising our families and all that. That's because we were thinking back then that money mattered more than time and relationships. But it doesn't. Relationships and time matter more. I hear it every day, even my own family. They worry so much about money. They talk about money. Money this, money that, money this, money that. How about your time? How about your relationships? I know I fail sometimes too, but we got to be better with that. That will make you enjoy retirement so much better when you realize that time is more important, relationships is more important than money. Thankful for what you have. Spend what you have with your time and your family. And then you even, some of us, we go to church, we're Christians, and we can make more time for our church family, our friends at church, our church functions, church activities, being active in our churches, right? We can make more time for that. We can have more relationships with them, right? That's another way we can spend some of our time. If we have any free time left and you find yourself sitting around the house being bored, call up somebody from church and say, hey, you want to hang out today? Or, hey, is there anything going on today I can get involved in at the church? Those kind of things. I promise you, all the things I've just listed, if you do them, you will be so much happier in your retirement than you ever thought you would be. When you realize time and relationships matter so much more than money. In fact, I will tell you something right now that was profound to me. It was said to me, and I will never forget this. Do you know of anybody in your entire life that when they they retired and got toward the end of their life, they said, man, I wish I had more time at work? Not anybody I know of, ever. So nobody gets to the end of this life wishing they had more time at work. What they get to the end of their life wishing is that they had more time for family, friends, relationships. Another thing in your retirement that most people don't talk about is that how much more appreciation you will have. You'll wake up each morning, you'll have your cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and you go sit on your porch or maybe your sunroom, and you'll look out and you'll see the sun coming up, and you just sit there and you'll be so thankful for what a beautiful morning. You didn't do that much when you was working because you didn't really have time to sit and do that. So you have more time to appreciate things in your life that matter. Like I talked a minute ago about that kind of stuff. You'll appreciate your sunrises in the morning. You'll appreciate that morning cup of coffee or that morning cup of tea or whatever it is you drink in the mornings when you just sit and think and by yourself. You'll appreciate that so much more every time you do it. You just sit. I hear people all the time, retirees, man, they'll come to me. The first thing they say to me, they say, man, did you witness what a great morning it was? Did you see? It's been such a great day so far. And that's what they're talking about. You appreciate your quiet porch, your quiet sunroom, your quiet time outside, your quiet time in the woods. You appreciate those things so much more than you could ever have thought when you were working. You get a phone call from your family, from maybe your son or your daughter or your grandkid, and you'll say, oh, it's so glad to hear from you. Because you appreciate it so much more now. Why? Because now you're starting to realize that time and relationships are more important than money ever could have been, and we wish that we'd known it when we were younger. And unfortunately, we didn't. That's what I'm talking about. You will appreciate things so much easier, so much more frequent. That too will give you joy in your retirement. It'll make you look forward to each day. And then another one is appreciating your grandchildren and watching them grow up, and even watching your children grow up and be mature adults and start being responsible, because a lot of times at 18 they're not responsible. Then all of a sudden here you are at 65, 62, 70. Now your children are 40 and 50, and you appreciate that the person they have finally become, and it's bringing such joy into your life that they finally got their life in order, right? And the same thing with your grandchildren. You're there when they were born, and now you're 12 years old and you're taking them places, and you enjoy so much time with them, right? All those things are the reason to get up every morning. It's the reason to be retired. Remember I told you that looking forward to things to retire to. These are all the reasons to retire to. This is what we're talking about. And I have to say, in my personal life, the older I get, the more I appreciate small things like that. I appreciate all those things so much more than I did 10 years ago. But don't get it twisted. Retirement does not mean that your life is over. That's what a lot of retirees feel in their heart. They think, oh, now what? And that's what this video, first few videos are about, preparing you in every way possible I can think of for what retirement really is about and how to enjoy your retirement. Many retirees and would-be retirees, they struggle with this. They think their life's going to be over now, that work is gone. But it's not. Like I said before, you can learn new things, learn new hobbies, learn new things to do, learn new people, learn new places. All those things can be so enjoyable if you'll just let yourself do it. Tell yourself, hey, that's a reason for me to get out of bed in the morning. I'm going to go see so-and-so today. We're going to have coffee, we're going to have lunch, whatever, you know. Like I'm doing now, start your YouTube channel, as I've mentioned before. That can bring you joy and purpose each day. I enjoy doing these videos. If only 10 people watch it, get a little benefit from it, I'm good with that. I'm okay. I enjoy doing it. It's something for me to get up every morning and do. I'm even doing it on vacation. That tells you that I enjoy it, right? And also, for me, I've got farm projects. You know, you can have a little flower bed or something around your home, whatever it may be. Find something, a little project to work on a little bit each day. Don't try to get it all done in one day. Then you're going to start feeling stressed and like you have to get it done and so forth. But try to do a little bit each day, right? Just a little bit each day. And traveling like I'm doing today, I love this vacation. It's not been that expensive if you know what to do. Although, you know, for us seniors, the best time to travel is usually around January and February. Prices are way cheaper, and we'll go over stuff like that later, but traveling in July is probably the most expensive time for us, for all of us. And then, of course, helping others. Helping others is another good thing. Like I've mentioned so many times before, help your neighbors, family, friends, church people, strangers. Help them gives you joy in your life, right? You feel like you've actually accomplished something today, even if it's something small. Maybe you took someone a pie, you know, next door neighbors, maybe you took them a pie, right? Any little thing is going to help you to feel more joy. And as I've said before, retirement is at the end of the book. It's just a new chapter. It's just a new chapter in your life where you went from one chapter to the next. It's like reading a book. Your life's not over till the book is finished. And as long as you're breathing and on this side of the ground, you are still going through the book. And you'll live different chapters of your life. Childhood's a chapter, teenage years is a chapter, your 20s and 30s is a chapter, up to 50 is a chapter. I mean, see what I mean? Chapters in your life. Getting married is a chapter, no whole new chapter. That's what we're talking about. So, what is retirement really all about then? Well, if someone asked me today, what is retirement all about, Wayne? What I probably would say is, it's not about quitting work so much. It's not about sitting still, waiting to die. That's not it at all. That's farthest from the truth. But it's more about finally having the time and the freedom to spend your time on what matters. That's what it's about. Spending your time. It's like a currency for us, for anyone really that wants to learn. So it's about spending your currency, your time, any way that you want to, because you have now the freedom to do that, to spend your currency in any way you want to, anytime you want to, any place, anyhow, right? So in closing today, I probably would say, if you're retired or you're planning to retire pretty soon, I would probably say, what do you hope retirement will be like? What do you plan to do in retirement? Are you planning to sit around and wait to die? Are you planning on feeling lonely and sad all the rest of your life? Or are you planning, like I am now, to spend each day living the moments that will carry my family through long after I'm gone? Remember that time Poppy and Papa took me to the beach? I never will forget that time. Remember when he took me over here? Remember when we did this together? Remember when we took that fishing trip? Those moments was what matter. They're not going to remember that time he had to work, you know. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. How you plan on spending your time? And also, have you learned anything? If you have, and I haven't shared it, maybe you can teach me something. I thank you for joining on another video today. And I pray God bless you. Have a good day and have a great, great retirement.